What's next for Michael Chandler after his devastating loss to Charles Oliveira? He is now 0-2 against Charles Oliveira. He is now 0-2 at Madison Square Garden. I really thought we were going to see him at the top and get his hand raised, and we were going to get a picture just like this in front of President Trump or President-elect Trump, you know? That's what I thought was going to happen. But no, Charles Oliveira dominated. Charles Oliveira showed that he does still have the magic. He showed that he is separated from people like Chandler in this division. He is a level above. He can not only strike with them, but he could grapple with them. He could just do everything. You know what I mean? Charles Oliveira is upper echelon of the lightweight division, and he needs to be treated accordingly. And Michael Chandler, in my opinion, dropped the ball and fumbled because he went away from the left hook. That's where he failed in this fight. If you watch the first fight, his left hook was there all fight. But in this one, he barely threw it up until the fifth round, and that was when Chandler had a hope spot. It was the fifth round when Chandler had the moment where, oh, Charles looked hurt. He even hit Charles so hard to the eye that he started to hold his eye. Like, you could tell it really affected him to the point that I thought maybe he broke an orbital bone or something like that, you know? Something like that. But he got cracked hard on the eye. And instead of being calm and measured, Michael Chandler decided to just spaz out and throw punches from the hips and throw punches so hard that he overcommits himself, and he's literally off balance now, which allows for Charles Oliveira to take his back. It just wasn't what I like to see. He needs to get that under control, but at 37 years old, which I think Michael Chandler is, I don't think he ever will. I think it's an old dog at this point, and it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, you know? He's not just going to become this patient, calculated guy. He's a guy who gets excited, he gets turned up, and he goes in there and he bangs out. He called out Max Holloway for the BMF title, which I think is a good move. I think that's a good fight that every fan would want to see. Michael Chandler is someone who is exciting to watch no matter what, and Max Holloway's not going to grapple him. He's not going to hold them and backpack him for rounds the way Charles Oliveira did. Max Holloway's going to fight Michael Chandler, and it's going to be a barn burner, and it's going to be just fireworks all throughout. So that's a great fight, and the crowd popped for it. They were like, oh, we didn't even think of that. Like, the type of pop that it wasn't like a, yeah, it was like a, oh, we didn't even think that was possible. But yeah, for sure we want that. And then he also called out Conor McGregor. And I may be missing someone else who he called out, but I'm pretty sure that was the only two. He said, Conor McGregor, get your house in order. And he cut a promo on Conor, and he let Conor have it. And he had the crowd behind him. And Michael Chandler is still someone who is in demand. Okay, he is someone who is in demand. And this is for the young fighters out there. You know, it doesn't matter if you win or lose in the UFC, guys. Okay? You could win in a loss. Michael Chandler won in a loss. He did. I'm sorry. And you could, well, that's for another video. But Michael Chandler, having been dominated by Charles Oliveira, he got little brothered by Charles Oliveira, okay? He still came out winning. He still came out shining. He left the cage with his head held high. He didn't look dejected at all. He knows what's next for him, which is another big fight. Michael Chandler will always be in big fights. He's someone that the promotion wants on the card. He's someone that the fans want on the card. So credit to Chandler, whether it's Holloway, whether it's Conor McGregor, he's going to be in an exciting fight no matter who he fights. Now, do you agree with me, disagree with me? It doesn't matter. Just join the discussion, follow for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you. You are all appreciated.